नमस्कार, मैं हूं आपके साथ सरगम पंत श्रीवास्तव और आप देख रहे हैं TV9 डिजिटल। और एक बार फिर से आपके लिए हम लेकर हाजिर हैं ये खास शो जिसमें हमारे साथ हेल्थ केयर प्रोफेशनल जुड़ते हैं और कोरोना से जुड़ी तमाम जानकारी आप तक पहुंचाते हैं। और आज हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं डॉक्टर विश्वास माधव ठाकुर, जो कि है सीनियर जनरल फिजिशियन ओमेगा हेल्थ केयर सॉल्यूशंस। डॉक्टर, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका TV9 डिजिटल पे।
थैंक यू जी।
तो डॉक्टर से बात करेंगे और बातचीत के सिलसिले को आगे बढ़ाएंगे, लेकिन उससे पहले आप सभी को बता दें कि TV9 डिजिटल ने एक नई इनिशिएटिव की शुरुआत की है जिसका नाम है TV9 वैन। लेकिन आखिरकार ये इनिशिएटिव क्या है, आइए उस पर नजर डालते हैं।
Today, doctors are busier than ever providing care and advice to patients. And the reality is that an average patient now spends much more time in the waiting room than in the doctor's chamber. With such a captive audience, it's time to put their wait time to good use. Introducing TV9 Waiting Area Network that provides premium patient engagement experience through engaging and informative videos. These videos are created keeping in mind an Indian patient seeking medical attention. TV9 Waiting Area Network provides a perfect platform for educating the patients on everything a doctor's practice has to offer while elevating the doctor's brand at the same time. As a doctor, all you need is to have Wi-Fi at your clinic and we'll take care of the rest. We provide you with a TV, a media player, your clinic profile, and a playlist customized as per your practice. Combine all this with the regular news updates from TV9 and you have an awesome branding and marketing tool for your clinic. Write to us at van@tv9.com and we'll get in touch with you to set up our solution at your premises.
After the first wave of coronavirus, we all thought that we had now defeated the virus and it is now all over. But the second wave made us understand that the destruction is yet to come. And now that if we talk about the third wave of coronavirus, the news and the reports is all over the media. In such a situation, doctor, it is very important to understand what are the challenges that are lying in front of us in terms of the third wave of coronavirus. How do we tackle with it?
As you all know that we are already suffered from a very big and unfortunate second wave, which was out of the Delta variant, which actually was identified in October 2020. And in month of April and May, the entire India, almost all the cities, including the villages, they showed the spike and the peak of the cases. And it was a havoc and a warlike situation, and people have not received enough oxygen. People couldn't find beds. People could barely sustain the low oxygen levels, and they succumbed to this disease. There are hundreds of cases where people have consumed self medication, people have consumed a lot of steroids, and then another fungal infection challenge was uh, found in almost all the cases. So this second wave has taught us a lot of lessons about the preparedness, about the medication, about the therapies, about the oxygen supply, about the use of steroids, about use of certain medicines which were initially found that very effective, then later we detected that it is not effective. So there are a lot of revisions of treatment guidelines that happened because of the second wave studies and second wave opportunities that we could find. Now, recently we are finding Delta Plus as a new mutated virus, which is nothing but a change in the spike protein of that virus envelope. And this area of the spike, which is responsible for entry of the virus into the cell, and this is how the infection happens. So once the virus has changed its formula of external capsule and the spike, it is again another challenge that in spite of having vaccination, people are getting infected.
Right.
So if you talk about this Delta plus, it is nothing but B 1.617.2.1 is the name technically, or it's also called as A capital Y point one. So AY point one is also short form of this new Delta Plus, which has been detected in Ratnagiri, Jalgaon, Palakkad, Pathamthitta in Kerala. The Palakkad and Pathamthitta, they are in Kerala.
Hmm.
Ratnagiri and Jalgaon are from Maharashtra. So cases are coming up.
Right.
We are actually moving ahead for the third wave, no doubt about it. Because of our, mixing of population and unlocking, we are going to face this challenge.
Right.
But if you see the recent news which has come up in Madhya Pradesh, that we detected 5 cases,
Right.
out of which 4 got recovered and 1 died. That 1 case which died was not vaccinated, and all the 4
Absolutely.
cases which survived were vaccinated. So it means that vaccination has at least prevented death if they have not prevented infection. So what we can conclude through this is that vaccination is going to give you at least some savior, though you may get some
Hmm.
symptoms, you
Hmm.
may get fever, you may get infection,
Hmm.
you will not die, and you will sustain this wave. So vaccination has been one way
Absolutely.
to cover up this third wave prevention.
Doctor, we'll talk about vaccination in detail, but like you said, if we talk about the second wave of coronavirus, it was a war-like situation in the entire country. And of course, we all must have learned a lesson. But do you think that we are now prepared to really tackle these challenges if we talk about practicality?
Yes, of course, we have learnt it, and almost I can say that every mohalla, every house, every lane, every society, if you talk about India as a whole, has experienced one or the other case, either in the neighbor or in the family. So people are well aware of it. Initially, people were thinking that there is no virus. There were certain Bengali doctors who have, propagated a
Hmm,
video
hmm,
saying that this virus is a fake. There is nothing like corona. It is just out of some economical, competitions of China with other nations, something like that. So all these rumors were there, and people have really denied that there is something called as corona,
hmm,
which is existing,
hmm.
and they have altogether showed very negative kind of sentiments in the population. So people started mixing and started behaving quite haphazard. So that made an opportunity for this virus to jump from people to people, and it changed its form and shape to sustain, because it's also a life, and it has to sustain its existence in the
Absolutely.
nature, right?
Doctor, but
So
awareness is one thing. People now know that the virus is all around them, and obviously they're using masks, they're washing their hands often, they're using sanitizers. It is one thing. But having said that, have we made new hospitals? Are we ready to tackle the challenges in terms of hospital beds, oxygen shortage, and medicine shortage, like we witnessed during the second wave of coronavirus?
see, what happened is that this wave, which was there, we experienced in April and May,
Right.
this would have happened last year itself in 2020, had there not been a very stringent action by the government of India. Government of India has taken a very strong step. They have, offered a lot of economic packages, but closed the nation altogether for a long time. So 40 days, 45 days of sustainable lockdown was actually a success story to somehow control this virus into general population. The moment there was some dilution in the public movement and the traveling and other kind of freedom, this kind of mixing of people has happened.
Right.
Those who were infected didn't, come forward to get tested, because testing was also not happening. So somehow families got infected one after the other, and this is I can say one thing, that even the big nations and those forward looking
Hmm.
nations also, they couldn't survive this kind of wave, because it's really a wave, like a storm, or you can say
Absolutely.
like a flood. Yeah. So my point is that you might take, say, sanitization, mask, and other measures. But if you just relax for some time in between, that is enough for this virus to, move ahead and infect people.
Doctor, there's
So
no
that
denying the
continuity.
fact that we have seen even the biggest of the countries struggling through the difficult times. Obviously, coronavirus is a big threat for this entire world. But when
Absolutely.
we talk about China, I was reading this one article in the newspaper that China made this whole shift makeshift hospital in Wuhan during the first wave of coronavirus. Why can't India do something of that sort, like make a makeshift hospital in case there is a shortage of hospital beds and ICUs in the country?
See, what has happened is that we have enough hospitals, we have enough beds, but government has prioritized government setups only to get hospital admissions. The private setups were not very really prepared to come forward. Secondly, there are certain, observations that we found that those who really deserved admission,
Hmm.
they were remaining at home, and
Right.
those whose oxygen was 90% and above, they were preferring admissions
Hmm.
for the sake of safety. So the hospital beds were occupied by people probably not deserving admission. So that made a distinct observation that the there were not enough
Hmm.
discharges happening because it's a long disease.
Right. Right.
It takes about 14 days time. So by the time the patient is about to discharge, there is a lot of rush already waiting at the door. So this scene has created some kind of a rush scene, and those deserving, they have been, filmed by the media and showed that people are dying on the street and outside the gates and this and that. That has happened because of, I can say, that people either have come forward
Hmm.
late when the symptoms have gone up to the neck, and then when they approach the hospitals were not prepared enough to even look at the rush that is coming and asking for a help. So we have created a lot of setups. We
Hmm.
have created a lot of makeshift arrangements.
Right.
Even the defense also has come forward, but somehow it was restricted to, say, a person having more than 85% oxygen,
Hmm.
only that can be admitted. Those below 85%,
Hmm.
they were saying that this COVID center is not sufficient enough. So there were certain, guidelines or some kind of restriction even in the makeshift COVID hospitals. So
Hmm.
they were just a kind of, I can say, isolation centers, and mere isolation plus some kind of medication, that was the only scene,
Hmm.
which was not enough in cases where they were deserving either a continuous oxygen or a ventilation support. So those cases which were requiring oxygen and ventilation support, they actually suffered, and they couldn't find how to go ahead. They were not. Uh, I mean, the big hospitals. If you ask
Hmm.
me, Sir Gangaram Hospital, which
Hmm.
is one of the, I can say, feather in the cap in the country, they raise their hands saying that we don't have oxygen for this and this hour, which will be running.
Hmm.
We are demanding oxygen, but we are not getting. They have tried every possible means of getting oxygen through the health
Hmm.
ministry,
Hmm.
the private players, asking their colleagues in the other nations. But oxygen is not a commodity which can be supplied so quickly.
Hmm. Hmm.
I do understand, and
Right.
it was actually more centralized, and it was probably never needed in such a quantity which was really required during the wave. This was
Absolutely.
a complete failure on demand supply chain, and people have there were many cases, at least 20 to
Hmm.
25% of storage has happened in the houses where people were not needing but were keeping the oxygen cylinders for no reason, when they
Absolutely.
did not have a single case and they were storing it. This happened with the medicines also.
No,
You will
absolutely. So it was a
Medicines also
state
were
of
not.
complete chaos during the second wave of
Yes.
coronavirus. And I'm sure, doctor, like you said, that we all have learned a lesson from it. And now we are ready to tackle the third wave of
Yes.
coronavirus that is yet to come. डॉक्टर बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए और हमारे दर्शकों को कोरोना से जुड़ी तमाम जानकारी देने के लिए और इस तरीके की तमाम वीडियोस लेकर हम आते हैं TV9 डिजिटल पर। इस तरीके की वीडियोस के लिए आप भी सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हैं TV9 डिजिटल। और साथ ही में आप सभी को मैं बता दूं हमारी खास इनिशिएटिव के बारे में, जिसका नाम है TV9 वैन यानी कि वेटिंग एरिया नेटवर्क, जहां हम लेकर आते हैं पेशेंट्स एजुकेशनल वीडियोस फॉर योर वेटिंग एरिया TV। तो आज के लिए बस इतना ही। अपना ख्याल रखें और देश और दुनिया की तमाम बड़ी खबरों के लिए जुड़े रहिए TV9 भारतवर्ष के साथ।